Hello friends, welcome to Unacademy, which is the largest online education platform for GATE, Computer Science and Information Technology. Here myself, Mallesham, Devasane. I'm going to take today the context-free grammar. If you look at the past 5 years, we have seen many questions from context-free grammars. So this topic is a common topic for compiler design as well as theory of computation. So who are good at context-free grammar, they feel easy in compiler design. So because most of the questions that depends on the context-free grammar in compiler design. So I feel please try to learn these grammars which will help you to secure good marks in the competitive exam. So context-free grammar, and we have learned already in the previous topic, which was regular grammars. There I have also described what is the context-free grammar, how to derive a string, right? I've helped you to understand the derivations of a string, but still I will be talking about again what is the context-free grammar. Before starting, give me a few minutes to introduce myself. If anybody new to this session, please let me introduce to you. And guys, this is my name, Mallesham Devasane. I'm a verified educator on Unacademy, and I teach in a segment of GATE and ESE for CS and Information Technology. And my profile, if you want to access my classes, unacademy.com/DEVALIVE, and we have two kinds of classes: a free, which we call as a special classes, and if you are enjoying our free classes, you can come to the paid, where these classes are plus and iconic. We have two kinds of subscription plans, right? So you can use this referral code to access the free classes or paid classes. And if you want to take the subscription, you can remember this referral code DEVALIVE. And my background details: I have worked in various institutes for the past 12 years, and today I'm working as an educator on Unacademy. I have completed MTech from IIT Bombay just after my BTech. Then later I started immediately for taking the classes for GATE. So far I have guided more than 1 lakh students across various cities of India. And now on this Unacademy, I take C programming, TOC and compiler. You may ask, sir, what should I do for other subjects? I am not alone on Unacademy. We are working as a team, and we have more than 10 educators on Unacademy, and you are free to learn from any educator for any subject. But we are working as a team, and we will be announcing batches for every month, so you can join any batch or you can join all the batches to learn from all. So that is your choice, and we will be there to help you all the time. DEVALIVE is going to help you to get the subscription with 10% discount, as well as I will help you how to crack the exam. And the plus benefits of plus and iconic: you will have a live classes from every educator, you will have crash courses batch wise and rank improvement batches, and you will also have revision courses and many and weekly tests, doubt solving, and many more. Only few things I am describing here, guys. Iconic, you will have a personal coach, study planner, booster session, and personalized test analysis and separate study material. Alright, so if you want to access my classes, just visit unacademy.com/DEVALIVE. You will see n number of classes. You can see that more than 350 classes are available already freely. And how do you access? Visit this website if you are accessing through the desktop or laptop, and choose a goal, GATE and ESE. Before that, login using DEVALIVE if code is required. And then if you want to take the subscription, click on subscription. If you want to watch the video, search my name or search GATE Computer Science and IT. You will get access to all of them. And if you are going for iconic subscription, which is the best plan or best subscription for cracking the exam, guys, because you will have a personal coach as well as one-to-one interaction with an educator. And these are the benefits of plus, and these are the benefits of iconic. And all the benefits of plus are also available inside the iconic. And what is the advantage of taking the subscription on Unacademy, either plus or iconic? You will have the Vishwadip sir and Sanchit sir and myself, Guntur sir, Khalil sir, and Shwetam and Satish sir, Venkat sir and Pankaj sir, and many more already joined, and I am not able to list all of them, but you can find all the educators on Unacademy. But it's guaranteed you will get a guidance from us to crack the exam if you are taking the plus and iconic subscription, plus or iconic, no doubt. Yeah, these are the benefits you have. You have structured courses from every educator and multiple courses for the same subject, and same subject you have multiple educators too. That is more advantage. And study as per your interest, learn from top educators, study with proper planning, and enjoy learning without losing confidence. and unimaginable journey throughout your preparation. These are the benefits of taking the subscription. I don't think you will get from any online courses this many things. So Unacademy has given access to so many things, and if anybody interested, please join as soon as possible, because time is very important and don't waste your time unnecessarily. And these are the plans, plus you have very popular plans, 1.5 year, 2 years, and DEVALIVE. If you are going to use, you look at the total price amount after discount, 27,225 for 1 year and 39,600 for 2 years. This is a plus plan. And iconic subscription plans, 1-2 years, you have 4,500, 54,000 respectively for 1-2 years. Yeah. So on this channel, I'm talking about on this channel, you have every subject course, and just go to the playlist and watch as per your interest, right? You have a playlist for every subject. Go to our channel and access the playlist and go as per your interest. Okay. And yeah, good evening Gautam, good evening guys. If you're watching the video, please say hi, hello, how are you? And it's very important to discuss and comment. If you're watching the recorded video, don't forget to comment how did you learn from this class. And please like this session if you are enjoying our classes. And here we are going to look at in theory of computation. In previous sessions we have learned regular expressions, finite automata, regular grammars, and also how to identify regular languages. Yeah, hi, 20 times. And also we have looked at closure properties and finite automata with output and pumping lemma. So many concepts we have learned in regular languages. Now we are moving into a new topic, which is the context-free languages, where the first topic is context-free grammar. This is today's session plan. What is the context-free grammar? Yeah. Sahu, good evening. Yeah, Vanam. Subhasri, good evening. Yeah, good evening. Hi. Thank you for joining the session. And here we are going to talk about mainly context-free grammar, but this is going to be second chapter in theory of computation. After learning regular languages, we need to go for context-free languages. So how this is different from regular languages, we are going to learn slowly. And if you are looking at context-free grammar, we have already discussed about grammar, context-free grammar. If you could have been remembered, a grammar is set of 4 parameters: variables, terminals, and production start symbol. We have learned this. But what is the context-free grammar? Where this production, each production in P, each production I'm talking about, is going to maintain a rule. Left hand side is one non-terminal, right hand side is anything. This is exactly one non-terminal, exactly one non-terminal. There is no terminal here, exactly one non-terminal. Any means any sequence, 0 or more sequence of terminals and non-terminals. You can use any symbol there. And it's a very simple grammar. Left hand side is, you have to ensure there is only one symbol. That symbol is also exactly one non-terminal, guys. Okay, derivations, when you look at leftmost derivation, rightmost derivation, parse tree. If you could have remembered, it's okay. I will rewind all the concepts. What is LMD, RMD, and parse tree? These three are derivation techniques to derive a string. These are techniques to derive a string. For a given grammar. And if you take any given string from given grammar, the LMD, RMD need not be same. Remember that point. They can look different, but still they are deriving the same string. And we will try to understand first derivations, then we will go for types of context-free grammar. I hope we practice this ambiguous, unambiguous context-free grammar. If you could have been remembered, okay, I'll just remind the definition. For every string, you have one parse tree. For the given grammar, then we call it as unambiguous grammar. And for some string, if you have more than one parse tree, it is ambiguous grammar. And we have also learned the types of context-free grammar, right? While discussing regular grammar, these concepts are already covered. Just let me tell you in brief, what is the derivation of a string. Okay, so I'll tell you. Let me brief. We have leftmost derivation, rightmost derivation, and parse tree. And if I take any string, any grammar and string, this is your grammar, this is given to you, and string is given, let's say AB. This is a string and this is the grammar. Now how the derivation works for each one, and here in LMD, RMD and Parse tree, all of them they begin with S, but here we have leftmost non-terminal we substitute first, so we'll get AB. Here also here rightmost non-terminal, but only one is there. Here root we substitute with A, B. Both are there as a children to S. And here the leftmost is capital A, here rightmost is capital B. So here what we do, A we substitute with A, so small a capital B. Here capital B substitute because the rightmost non-terminal, so we will get A small b. And here doesn't matter how do you substitute, A with A, B with B is enough. And here there is the next leftmost is capital B. Here next rightmost is capital A. And this is called as LMD derivation. This is called as RMD. But here S, B, A substituted. Here S, A, B substituted. Because each sentential form, the leftmost non-terminal is substituted. Leftmost non-terminal we substituted. Here rightmost non-terminal substituted at each sentential form. Here every non-terminal is replaced, and here circle, non-circle doesn't matter guys. You can keep circle or non-circle, or you can differentiate leaf nodes with non-circle, non-leaf nodes with the circle. It is your choice how you design a parse tree. Parse tree also called as derivation tree. And if you look at LMD, RMD, they need not be same. Look at that. First S is there, then AB is there, then A, capital B and small a, small b. But when you look at here, first S is there, then capital A, capital B, and each sentential form sequence may be different. At first step and last step and second step look same, but third step we have done different thing. Right? If you look at the number of steps here, 3 steps we call. Here we call 3 steps. 3 steps nothing but 3 substitutions you can say. 3 substitutions. Here 3 steps nothing but 3 non-leaf nodes. Non-leaf nodes. Here every non-leaf node is called as a non-terminal, and that we substitute. So many ways you can answer the question, remember that. And that is also called as length of the derivation. Length of derivation nothing but 3. The first step we will ignore. Length of derivation is 3 everywhere. So these are the things we have already studied. And in previous thing, if you look at the number of, if I have 2 LMDs, then definitely you will have 2 RMDs. 2 different derivations I am talking about. Definitely you should have 2 parseways. So any string you take, this definition must be satisfied. Number of LMDs equal number of RMDs equal number of parse tree. Right? So this is the most important point for a given grammar and given string. Yes. For different string you may have a different derivation and different length, that's okay. Okay, I hope these points you are already having a clarity, because we have already studied these concepts in the previous sessions. Now I'm going to introduce the new concept, which is the relation between the context-free grammar and context-free language and PDA. Yeah, they're all equivalent guys. They're all equivalent. Why guys? The language generated by CFG, language accepted by machine push down automata that we will see in coming classes is actually context-free language. Some context-free language, no need to be same. Right, language generated by CFG is a CFL, language accepted by PDA is also CFL. So if anybody asks, CFL is actually represented by context-free grammar, and context-free grammar you can convert to push down automata because we have algorithms. So these are the important points, the relation between context-free language, context-free grammar and push down automata. Okay, now let's begin one by one. Today mostly we will focus on what is the language generated by CFG, that's all. In the coming session we will relate a lot. So if I give you the first question, this is grammar. S derives A. What is the language generated by this grammar? Is just A. Just A. Let me take L1. Is it clear? And basically this is what we call language generated by the S. Any set of strings generated by S. A. And when you focus on the second one, what is the language generated by the second grammar? Okay, what is L2? Assume this is L2. This is also L of S. The second grammar is very simple. A comma B. Okay, if you want to represent expression, it's okay. A plus B. You can still do that. That's okay. And you can represent some other way also, like W, such that W belongs to A comma B. Don't write whole star. That's all. Okay, many ways to represent that. Even still, if you want to represent more ways, you can do that. How? W such that W belongs to A comma B whole star, but put length of W is 1. Length 1, nothing but A comma B only, guys. There are various number of ways to represent same problem. Okay, you should never ignore such points. And this one is very easy. If you are looking at what is L3 now? Okay, I can generate A. You can use a parse tree, you can use LMD, you can use RMD, but prove that A is there, B is there, epsilon there. Okay, now we have two non-terminals, guys. We have two non-terminals. You must focus on clearly. But here, how do you generate? You want the language generated by S. Every time we will focus on what S does. But when you have more non-terminals, don't focus on S, guys. First focus on other non-terminals, finally focus on S. So first you need to target A. What is A does? Okay, B and C. And then focus on S, so that S you can understand, okay, that A followed by A means language generated by A dot A and comma epsilon plus epsilon you are going to do, right, or epsilon. So this time that capital A already we know, B we substitute, C we substitute, so we get BA, we get CA and epsilon. 3 strings we get there, 3 strings. Everybody? Yeah. This is how we generate. But systematically, always remember, we will follow the capital S at the end because the S depends on A. Without capital A, S cannot be answered. And same concept again. Slowly. When you have more non-terminals, do slowly. But do a reverse order to understand what you need. Now first focus on A. What A does? B comma epsilon. What S does? We already seen the regular grammar, same concept, guys. Now this time we are going to increase the complexity. And capital A we substitute with either B or epsilon. So we get BA. When you put epsilon, you get epsilon dot A is A and epsilon already there. Okay, this epsilon already there. So here, remember the language is BA comma A epsilon only. That is only L5. Remember, this is L4. Finally, what S generates, that's going to be our language. Clear this point? So do not ignore the S. S is the final goal. But directly those people who are looking at S first time, so you will confuse how to get it. So look at S last. Now we'll try to slowly increase the complexity by using the regular grammar concept. Have you remembered in the regular grammar? Okay, is the left recursion. This A is repeated, and whenever you want to stop, the B comes here to stop. So do you remember that A is star and B is your language? Have you remembered this concept, guys? Quick. Otherwise, I have to explain again. The language is going to be B generated. Never forget this B, guys. Some people only look at this, they will forget a B. So be careful. B is there, BA is there, and BAA and so on. And what is the language? Regular grammars, we did this. I am repeating the concept. What is L? Epsilon dot A star. It is just A star. If you look at the language, epsilon, directly epsilon can be done. A, double A, triple A and so on. This is A star grammar. Yes. And here A is there, and to stop S, A should come. So L is equal to A dot A star, which is nothing but A plus. Remember that. And that is single A is the minimum, then A square, A cube and so on. Yes, A plus we can call. You can say that A power n such that n greater than or equal to 1. Here A power n such that n greater than or equal to 0. People can write directly A power n, because by default it starts from 0. Minus 1 has no meaning here. Okay. L is equal to, and this is the right recursion. Right recursion, you have epsilon right side. A star dot epsilon. This is also A star. But remember, this 9th one and 7th one both are equivalent. Do not forget. In the exam, 7 might be question and they might ask which of the following grammar equivalent to this. 9th one is equivalent because both generate same language. Both generate same language. Clear this point? Yes. And 10th one is equal to A star, and A when you substitute here, that is A star dot A, which is equal to A plus. And if you look at here, the 10 and 8 both are generating A plus, so these two are equivalent. So in the exam, remember 7 and 9 are equivalent and 8 and 10 are equivalent. So they might ask match the following groups. They will give 4 grammars this side, 4 grammars other side. You need to look at the language identification equivalence, language equivalence, guys. Okay, if you are watching this video, please don't forget to like the session, guys. Okay, now 11th one. Okay, now more complicated. Now so far all these concepts we have discussed in regular grammar, because every regular grammar is a context-free grammar. So we need to understand them again. And guys, this recursion is something different. What is something different? Here that will create A plus B whole star concept. And S is there. Right side, so epsilon we substitute after A plus B whole star. So here epsilon comes. Remember, if that is having A or B, same concept. L is equal to, this will create A plus B whole star, AS or BS, but this A or B you need to substitute only after A plus B whole star. So A or B. So which will give you A plus B. All these questions we have practiced in the previous sessions only. I'm just repeating them. Guys. And now same concept. L is equal to, this will create A plus B whole star. But it's not enough. S comes there. That S can be stopped only with C. Only with C. So S I delete. I will write C there. Right. So this is using the right recursion. Now let's look at left recursion, guys. Directly now can you write this is A plus B whole star grammar. In case if you don't have this, the language is empty because you can't generate even one string. Okay, be careful. Because of epsilon you get a meaning to this grammar. Otherwise language is going to be empty. If anybody asks, note, I'm keeping a note. In case you have a grammar like this, then language is empty. You can't get even one string. Note, don't write A plus B whole star, wrong. Okay, and this one, because of A or B is the minimum, you will have A plus B whole plus. First A plus B star comes, then A B minimum, so that we get A plus B whole plus. Yeah, clear? Yeah, A plus B or dot A plus B whole star, which is A plus B whole plus. These are the basics we have already know. We have practiced in the previous session, guys. Now we have to focus on the more grammars which are not regular but which are context-free grammar. How can we understand them? Okay, let's slowly begin. Now this grammar is not a regular grammar. Yes or no? Whether language is regular or not doesn't matter. Note, first note, guys. Regular language can be generated by non-regular grammars also. Regular language can be generated by non-regular grammar also, that is CFG. Can be generated, but non-regular language also possible by CFG. And these are the CFGs. They can generate regular language, guys. But grammar is not regular now. If you have a regular grammar, I always generate regular language. But if I don't have a regular grammar, I can do whatever I want, because the context-free grammar is more powerful than regular grammar. Okay, now let's look at. Now here, as I told you, you must do from other than the S, so that you will understand how to write S. Don't write S first, because S depends on, if you want to understand language, you can't answer it, because language is language of S, and that is language of A dot language of B. But do you know language of B? A, you don't know. So first we do them. Language of B is going to be B star. Now don't say that B star dot epsilon, that's a B star. And what is language generated by A? Which is A star. So what do you do? And finally you go to language generated by S, that is language of A is A star and B is a B star. Is it regular language or not? Yes, regular language. But is this regular grammar? No, this is not regular grammar. So this is what I am talking about. Even though grammar is not regular, we can generate regular language. You must have a clarity which word you are talking about. Regular grammar, regular language. Don't assume they are same. They are equivalent. They are equivalent, but they are not same. Regular grammar always generates regular language, but regular language may use non-regular grammar if you want it. But every regular language you will have a regular grammar, no doubt about it. But you also have not regular grammars too. Okay, so this regular language has a not regular grammar, which is the context-free grammar. Still it can generate regular language, it can generate non-regular if you change the grammar. Fine. Now let's go to the next point. What is this? 17th one, guys. B plus. Because of this is B star and B we substitute. So B star dot B. And this is a language of A is what? A plus. And finally we want S only. Here S only. S means language equal language of S equal language of A dot language of B, and language of A is A plus dot B plus. You can write some other way, A power M, B power N, such that M comma N greater than or equal to 1. Yes, A plus B plus, that is also regular language. Yes or no? Now we need to change the complexity of the problems. Now we need to look at the difficult than this one, but slowly we will move to other models, then we'll come to difficulty. Okay, before that, if anybody is new to this session, and let me help you guys, why we always promote ourselves, because we work hard to give the free education to society, and also we have equally right to promote ourselves what we do on Unacademy, right? Why we say that always use my referral code? Why I say that? Because DEVALIVE is going to give you a 10% discount. Not only that, you can access the free classes on Unacademy. Not only that, you will get a guidance from me. So that is the reason. And doesn't matter which code you use, right? Always, if you are using my code, you can approach me to get the guidance to crack the exam. So that is the most important, that which code you want to use, and you will get the guidance from the corresponding educator, because you are using the referral code. So you are eligible to ask doubts related to the GATE preparation much. And also Iconic is much more beneficial. We are always busy, guys, but if you have any doubt from any point of time, Iconic is more popular because you have personal coach, as well as you can interact with any educator if you are taking Iconic subscription. So that's more beneficial, right? And you can use any referral code, but you will get more benefit from Iconic subscription, and you will have a study planner and so many benefits, right? So DEVALIVE, when you are using, please let me know, so I will help you to prepare for the GATE exam. So remember that point. Okay, let's begin. Now 18th question, guys. This grammar we have not seen in regular grammar, and this is not a regular grammar, no doubt. This is not a regular grammar, we know that. This is not a regular grammar, because non-terminal is there in the middle somewhere in the production. Not regular grammar, but it is a context-free grammar. Okay, it is a linear grammar if you remember the previous definitions. Now, what is the language here? See, epsilon is generated directly. Don't forget this, guys. and A B generated, because you can write ASB and S you can substitute with epsilon, you get AB, right? So AB possible, and A B S is there, again AB, and you can put epsilon, so this you get A is A square B square. So double A double B, that's called as A square B square, and next A power 3 B power 3 and so on. If you look at the language, L is equal to A power n B power n, and you know this epsilon in place somebody else is there, then you need to write that. Look at this epsilon is going to come here at the end to stop the recursion, and this is A power n B power n, where n starts with 0. If you put a 0, you will see the epsilon. If you see put a 0, n is equal to 0, you see epsilon. And this is a standard grammar to understand. Anything is given, guys, S derives, you know, double A, S, triple B, comma, C. Same concept you need to apply. Like, you know, this is something like X, something like Y. So what do? Double A power n, triple B power n, and put C in between, so that you will get the answer different way. That's all. The same concept you can apply here. Are you clear this point? You will practice such things. Remember, you will practice such things, but for all of them, this grammar will help you. All of them, this grammar will help you. Yeah, let me help you now. So whenever you see this grammar, A is there, B is there, they are equally repeated. Remember that. So A power n, B power n, and epsilon comes in between. Epsilon. So this is your language, guys. Anytime you see, you can approach this concept, and this approach will help you. For even difficult problems too. Okay, let's practice some of them. Similar question, and this A and this B equally repeat. So we write A power n, B power n, because S is there with A and B. If you substitute again, AB is there, again AB comes. That is the reason this equally repeats. Okay, now this A is going to be placed here. So A comes. This is equal to A power n plus 1 B power n, where n greater than or equal to 0. The one A extra, remember, compared to B's. A power n plus 1 dot B power n. You can say some other way like A power I B power j, where I is equal to j plus 1. Don't confuse, guys. It's the same. Where ij is greater than or equal to 0. Clear this point? Yes. Let's move on. Now I'm increasing the complexity. This is a different recursion, guys. This is the different recursion. This is called as a palindrome concept. I'm talking about palindrome concept. What is the palindrome concept? Whenever you see something like ASA or BSB, and here S derives is there, and if the first symbol is A, last symbol is A, if this symbol is B, any position, first, second, third, doesn't matter, the same position in the reverse is going to be B, and this is going to stop with somebody, that doesn't matter now, it's going to be placed at the end, doesn't matter now, and this is going to create the palindrome concept. How that creates palindrome concept? Look at how that creates palindrome concept, guys. Suppose if you keep the first symbol is A, last is going to be A. Yes or no? And here S is there. And this S, you can substitute again ASA or BSB. It is your choice. Suppose I substitute ASA. A is here, S is there. So again this creates a palindrome concept. And this S, you can substitute with anything. Suppose if I substitute with BSB, then BSB. And this is going to create palindrome concept. Now this S, you can substitute with either ASA or BSB or epsilon. If you put epsilon, you will see the string AAB, BAA. Did you see this palindrome concept? Yes or no? Yes, even length palindrome is the exact answer, guys. Even length. Because now look at the strings, what you generate. If you look at the strings, epsilon is the minimum. Don't forget. And then ASA means here you can put epsilon. So you get AA. You get AA. And BB, and 2 length, after 2 length, 4 length. For length, remember A is there, then last is A. Again you can put A, and if first is A, last is A, in between you can write a B, that's okay. And if first is B, last is B, in between I can write A's, and first is B, last is B, in between I can write a B's. And this is a 4 length. Similarly, you can write for 6 length, 8 length and so on. This is set of all even length palindromes. Even length palindromes. Even or odd we will discuss later, but this kind of problem is always creates a palindrome concept. Palindrome concept. Yes, good point. Yeah, Bohra, good point. Add AB also grammar to generate all length palindromes, correct. So how do you represent this? In the exam, they may not give you directly. What do they write? Oh, W power R W power R such that W belongs to, sorry guys, W belongs to A comma B whole star, where length of W is, no. How do you write? That's enough. That's enough. It automatically produces even length. But there are other ways too. Let me write other ways too, where complicated ways to represent. Okay, I believe this is fine. Now L is equal to W such that W belongs to W only now, not W power R. But I'll write W is equal to W power R and length of W is even. This is another way to represent. So many ways. Right now, what is DCFL, CFL? Bora, I really did not start that concept. I'll talk about that slowly. Right, we have not started even DCFL. Don't worry about that. I have not discussed that. If you know, you can keep on talking about it. Good point. It's a CFL. Yeah. And how do I know CFL? Because I have a context-free grammar. Very simple question. Without having technical knowledge, you can answer. The language is context-free. The reason is I have a context-free grammar. Okay. Fine. This is about even length. Now let's move on to this one. This also create palindrome concept. But what this A plus B does, A or B. And really it's interesting, guys. Minimum swing is A. Next B. And when you put A, S can be substituted with A or S can be substituted with B. Right? In center S. So you will get odd length palindromes. It is set of all odd length palindromes. Odd length palindromes. So how do you write that odd length palindromes? W. How do you write? X W power R such that W is okay, anything is fine, but X you can have either A or B. Don't write A plus B whole star, guys. X is just either A or B. So this 2 creates even length and X is going to help you to get odd length. Otherwise you can write W only. W only is your string now. Now W is W power R, where W is anything and you know it's a palindrome, nothing but W equal to W power R. This is the palindrome. This is the palindrome concept. And length of W is odd. Odd, guys. Odd. Yes. X you can also replace A plus B. Good point. Good point. And look at now, if you want everything, this creates even concept. This creates odd concept. When I ask what is L, you will have even length, you will have odd length palindromes, right? These are even length palindromes and these are odd length palindromes. And so on. Some are even length, some are odd length. Here, set of all palindromes. All palindromes you can represent W. Yes, X you can write, that's a good point, where W belongs to anything and X belongs to epsilon or A or B. Do you want to represent some other way? Still you can do that, guys. Let's see how to do that. Here Wx belongs to A comma B whole star, but X length is less than or equal to 1. And this is also very interesting fact. Because that length of X I can write less than or equal 1 because this is 0 length, these two are 1 length. Okay, this is another way to represent. And still you have many other ways, you know that already. W such that W belongs to A comma B whole star, where W is equal to W power R. Every palindrome comes now. Odd or even doesn't matter. That's all now. I'm not mentioning length of W is even or odd. Everybody comes now. This is also another way to represent. So many ways to write the language, guys. Please, I'm waiting for likes, guys. And please like this session. If you are watching this video, don't forget to like this session, guys. Now I have many questions to practice. If you want, you can do that. Okay, guys, 23. Just tell me quickly what language it is. What language it is. They might ask in the exam, find the language generated by grammar. Okay, they may ask like A power M, B power N, where M greater than or equal to N. And Mn greater than or equal to 0 by default, remember that. M less than or equal to N. 3. A power M, B power N such that M equal to N. 4. A power M, B power N such that M not equal to N. Which is right answer, guys? You can assume A, B, C, D options. What is the right answer? What is the right answer? Quick. If you focus on B, this generates A power N, B power N. And focus on this. And guys, some people had a confusion. Here capital A is there. Don't do that mistake. Capital A is different. Capital B is different. The recursion is there. That's why I'm putting that direct answer, because we practice a lot. And always focus, is it B or A? Both are different answers. Okay, I've seen many people, they just blindly do something. Okay, A star. And this S finally your answer. It is nothing but capital A is A star, capital B is A power N, B power N. And A star AN creates more A's or equal or more. That B star decides. So capital A, number of A's is more or equal to B's. Everybody? Yes. Capital A, right? Similarly, let's practice. Similarly, 24. S derives AB and A derives AAB or epsilon, and B derives BB or epsilon. Now, what is your answer, guys? Directly, I want an answer. Who is more now? This is B star. Language generated by A is equal A's and B's, where A is followed by B's. And substitute them properly. Here, A, and this one on at B. So what is your language? A power N, B power N, where N greater than or equal to 0 dot B star, which is nothing but A power I, B power J, such that J greater than or equal to I. Or you can say this is same as I less than or equal to J. Yeah, correct. Clear this point? Yeah, these are easier questions in understanding the grammars. And there are difficult grammars too, and we'll practice in weekends, that Saturday and Sunday I promised, and we'll keep on practicing that. But context-free grammars, very interesting session. If you can remember my 24 problems, and if you want for the safe side, let me do 25th also. S derives A, B, and A derives AAB. And so difficult if I use more number of non-terminals in the RHS side. So I'm not using that, but you can try. Now, this is same approach. Any question, same approach. Any question, same approach. This is C power N, D power N. But don't use the same power. You change the variables now. So you may use N1, use this N2. Better to practice that way. N2, B power N2. Because if you use the same variables, you will keep the connection between them. Actually, no connection between the capital A symbols and capital B symbols. Fine. Now, substitute them. Language is equal to capital A you substitute with A power N2, B power N2. and this is c power n1 d power n1. So you will get a power n2, b power n2, and then c power n1 d power n1. So by understanding this, okay, people can write very easily. I can say a power I, b power j, c power k, d power l, such that which relations we have here, guys? I is equal to j, comma, don't write r, it is and remember, and that k is equal to l, where I comma j comma k comma l greater than or equal to 0. Yes, good point. And that comma represent and. Yes. So please use this concepts if you are facing any difficulty in understanding the grammars. This 25 problems will help you in any difficult concept, guys. Okay, one or two concepts I am not explaining, that I will explain while practicing. So keep attending my weekend sessions too. Okay, so I hope this session is helped to understand the context-free grammar, how they are generating context-free languages. Any language generated by context-free grammar is called as context-free language, remember that. But this may be regular or non-regular, that depends on grammar. But always a CFL language generated by CFG is always CFL. It may be finite language, it may be regular, it may be any DCFL, that we'll talk about that later. Okay, but context-free language we always say. And in coming session we will start like slowly push down automata, and then we'll talk about more about construction of PDA, and then we will move to closure properties of context-free languages, right? So we will have many sessions in future identifying CFL, DCFL, and I promise you, if you can understand now onwards what is the context-free language, then you can identify what is CFL and DCFL, guys. Those people who are ignoring the construction of a PDA, and better you can stop attending old subject, because of there onwards people start difficulty. So construction of PDA will help you to identify DCFLs, and if you want to identify CFLs and DCFLs, you must be good at construction of PDA. And most of the people, they don't do construction of PDA, they don't know, and they try to identify CFL, DCFL, it is not going to help you. So I promise you, if you can construct the PDA with a good logic, good knowledge, then you can identify CFLs and DCFLs. So next sessions are going to be important for future topics. So thank you so much for attending today's session, and do not forget to follow my profile on Unacademy, and anytime you want to use the referral code, do not forget my referral code DEVALIVE is accessing free classes as well as paid classes, and DEVALIVE is my referral code, and you can subscribe to our Telegram channel to access daily classes links and also material. And we have so many YouTube channels which are completely free, and also Unacademy has so many free classes too. And all these channels are Unacademy channels, YouTube channels, and which are going to be taken by top educators of various engineering streams. Please share with your friends if they want to learn from us. And please like this session and also share with your friends and subscribe. And thank you so much for attending my session. See you, take care, bye bye, and see you in the next session. Bye bye.